So now let's talk about the classes in this game, right? And I will not go into details to explain every class. You have many videos in my channel about the match itself, and I'm preparing videos about the builds, so it will be there. But you need to understand the class system in this game. It's super simple. My name is PLK, subscribe to this channel, like and comment below. Super simple. You have two different weapons that you can use at the same time. You have different active skills for each weapon and different passive skill for each weapon. And you can use only 12 active skills at the same time and 8 passive skill at the same time. You also have a mastery, which is like permanent passive abilities for the weapon. So you need to choose which of the weapon will be primary. These passive abilities will be applied to you, to your character. So you have gear. And the thing is, it's not only what combo of the weapons you will choose. Every particular weapon have stats like dexterity, strength, the magical critical hit or heavy attack or something like that. But also some of the good weapons like purple epic weapons have the particular skills which is unique. Some of them will add additional attack to your weapon, some of them will add the range of your weapon. And some of them are so unique that this thing will add the core gameplay of your class. Like for instance, one wand will hide you if you have less than 20% of the HP. So during the PvP, it's like insta-savior. You will be saved from all attacks for 3 seconds. You just disappear from the radars and you go off. Saving ability, but some of the abilities are attacking abilities. So now you have two different weapons and you can combine in different ways, and it's like primary weapon is something that you use as the primary, and the secondary you use also active skills that help of your build and the passive skills that help with your build as well. And you can change them. So it's like so many different pieces that you can change with the gear that you can combine, and to get the end game gear is pretty hard actually and time consuming. That's why you can't test it super easily. You do the theory crap. That's why these videos about and guides about the builds are super valuable. Somebody did the testing, right? And you need to, okay, I will try this as well, but you need to try. Don't trust anybody because in this game, everybody will say that their build is the best, and I don't trust them because I need to trust myself and understand is it working or not. And the thing is, you have not so many weapons that could be used as the main weapon. What weapons do we have in the game? We have 2 daggers, we have longbow, we have sword and shield, we have wand, we have staff, we have crossbows, and we have great sword. And from these 7 weapons, we basically have the main classes with the primary weapons: daggers, longbow users, sword and shield users, and wand users. We can say that great sword and staffs also could be the main weapons. For instance, I'm a mage, I'm a staff primary weapon user. But let's talk about meta right now. And talking about meta, I'm from the future. I just was on a siege as a staff and wand. And I can say to you that now I understand the purpose of mages in this game. You will suck in solo PvP, definitely, if you're not a dagger. You will be okay on a small scale PvP. You will be okay on a boomstones, as a mage, because the healer is a different dimension. But you will be so good as a staff user during the sieges. Huge damage. LE, nobody understands what is happening. If you will be not targeted specifically by the daggers with the silence, you can do so much damage. So mages in this game are for the sieges, and on the sieges they truly shine. So you have daggers. What daggers is? You have stealth, you have huge critical hit, you can silence people. So basically your gameplay during the mass PvP, backstab, jump to the target, you silence it, you bind it, and you 2-tap it, or even 1-tap it. So the target died, your stealth recharge, and you go stealth and you go off, right? Then you come back and you do these jumps. And you can kill wand users, staff users, the bow users pretty easily compared to different gear, and different stats, but that's what you do. And now you can combine dagger with different weapons. So if you combine dagger with the bow, you will also have cool things like you can bind your target from the distance, or you can shoot your target. If you didn't kill it 2-tap, you stealth, you back to your party, and then you kill the target from the distance, right? You also have the recharge from the bow and different passive abilities that you will get additional crit and additional range, everything, and you can combine it. So let's say dagger and the bow. You can have dagger and the crossbows, which is insane damage. You're like a glass cannon. If somebody will bind you, slip you, you're dead. But the damage is so big. If you will compare to the bosses, some of the classes killing the solo bosses in a minute, these classes kill the solo bosses in 10 seconds. It's a huge difference. It's typical assassin class, super cool if you into this stuff. You have bow users. It's also typical for Korean MMORPGs. You shoot far, you do the crits, skills making the huge damage from the distance, and you can add to the bow daggers for the crit, or the stealth, or crossbows for the, for the speed, for the debuffs, and so on. Now you have Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is super easy, it's typical tank, and in these games, in Korean games, Sword and Shield could be so tanky at some point of time, as I said, and they have the specific skills that increase your defense, evasion, and everything when you have many targets around you. So if the tanks are attacked by everybody from your guild, like 20, 30 people, 40 people, and they click right buttons in right time, they will be invisible like for 10 seconds. And the whole guild is just trying to kill this tank, and they have reflection, and like few people just die. So this is the super tanky classes with actually good damage in this game. And if you will add to these tanks the daggers or the great swords, they also will have, if the great swords, more health, more survivability, more attacks like the brawler style attacks, and daggers is like stealth, crit, and everything. So if you want to be more tanky, it's a great sword. If you want to make more damage, it's the daggers. Now we don't have so many great sword users as a primary. We can have the great sword with a dagger, but it's like the same like daggers with a great sword, but vice versa, maybe passive or maybe primary weapon, but super close to that. And then we have Wand. Wand is basically the healing class. You have only 2 healing abilities, so you need to understand how to recharge them fast. You need to understand how to live through all of that. So you will not make much damage by the Wand in the mass PvP because you need time. If sometime the developers will add Arena and the Battlegrounds, and they are already promised the Battlegrounds, one-on-one fights with Wand will be disaster because it will sleep you, it will kill you in your sleep, and it will heal itself. So it's like super like broken class for one-on-one, but we don't have one-on-ones. So what we do during the huge mass PvP as a Wand user, we sleep our enemies, then we spread the sleep to the groups, so it's like 10 people staying and sleeping there, and you heal your party mates and you buff your party mates with the shields, and that's basically all. So you need to live, and to live, like I am, the crazy guys, I will try to combo Wand with a Sword and Shield, just for the skills for survivability, right? But I also using in PvE and small scale PvP Wand with Staff. So Staff is like glass cannon, but not like bow or daggers. It's more like AoE, less damage, but pretty good one. You have 2 insta skills, and it will be the stuff at some point of time. I see it, how it progresses and how developers change the game. The stuff will be super huge damage with a proper gear and proper armor and proper, how you use it. At some point of time, the meteors and the huge AoE skills will like kill parties at one time. And you can use already it in pretty cool way when you have a bottlenecks and mass PvP. Like here, the enemy is like a river flowing to our side, and I just dropped a few meteors. I didn't kill them. Like 10 people have half of HP. So now they will go to the mass PvP and they will be killed much faster, right? For now, Mage is more like a support class because you can do freeze, you can kite your enemies. One more time, if it will be one-on-one or small-scale PvP, Mage could be good. If we figure out how to resist ourselves from the silence, from the daggers, because it's like our, enemies, number one, they kill us like one tap, then we can live. I can freeze targets, I can kite them, and I can kill them. It's pretty good. But let's talk about one. So you heal. But you will be so good as a staff user during the sieges. Huge damage. AoE, nobody understands what is happening. Other than that, you have stuffs, like I said, where you have red swords and you have crossbows. That's the types of the gameplay that you can get. But one more time, different weapons with different abilities can give you the different gameplay. And this is the beauty of the game. The meta will change so many times. It's like if you're playing the MOBA game. They will change little tweaks, or they will add additional layer of the weapons, like legendary weapons and gear and skills. And it changed, like even one skill, new meteor skill, changed a lot the mages. Now let's imagine what type of parties can we have. You will have tank and you will have fun heal, and then you will have like few bow users, or it will be just the dagger party, or in PvP you don't need a tank basically. You can have heal and just attackers, or you can have all of the tanks, right? It's like different approaches which you will use in different PvP scenarios. That is basically answering the question why it's so good, because it's so variety. It's not like you have the best 2 types of the builds for the rogue, for the battleground in World of Warcraft, or like the best PvE build for the tank. It could be like different. All the PvP have a purpose. All the PvP is just to get more money, to get more gear, to be better in PvP. That's why you want to fight and you will fight, and people go into these events like in a schedule. This is pretty good. So this is something about PvP in this game. Like, comment below what do you want to know about the PvP more. I will definitely share the video and info and the stream about the siege of the castle. And I mean, you need to subscribe to the channel. I need to buy a new PC to to stream in a better quality. I don't have 10 FPS during the mass PvP. Yeah, so please subscribe. Consider to subscribe. Yeah, please. And final thoughts. I mean, that's why I love these games. That's why I love the Korean MMORPGs, because I have to find the guild. I found the guild, for instance, here. It's super cool guys, and I'm like happy that I found them. You have to find somebody with whom you will play in these games. You can't play solo like in World of Warcraft, which is bad and which is good. So that's why this is the best mass PvP game so far. I will see you next one. Bye.